Yeah, man. This is Pedro, Master Barber, my homeboy. I've known. How long have I known you now?
Shit. Close to 10 years.
Man, you
were
were
10 years.
At least, because you were there when I still had that clothing company.
Right,
that's
exactly.
How we met, because I was at
we
Liberty?
did that Walk LA thing where we went.
No, that was after I met you. I met you at Did I meet you at Liberty?
It was one of those shows in Vegas, and that's a funny story right there.
Oh, I want to hear about it. Yeah.
So we set up. Okay.
This is this is when you were doing your This is when
I
your
had
clothing?
my apparel company. Yeah.
That's First and Co, right?
The second round, I had my my leather goods. We did leather goods. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
So Imperial finished setting up in Vegas, and the doors opened the next day, and all of a sudden, like for some reason, I was up on stage cutting hair.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I see this guy with this badass hat, and his suit was just like, I'm like, who in the fuck is this guy? Like, because the way he was dressed that's my thing. Mm-hmm. And so out of hundreds or thousands of people, fucking Charles, like, which I didn't know at that time, like just walks by. I'm like, holy shit, who's this Asian guy, man?
Yeah.
I'm like, look how he's dressed. And I was just like, just staring, like, because of the way he was dressed, you know?
Really presentable.
And I'm like, oh, man, this guy looks cool, man. I would like to meet this guy. Mm-hmm. And then the show was over, and I never got to meet you. Or maybe we talked a little bit.
You know what? The first part is right, but I already knew Pedro before I met Pedro, because I was trying to figure out. I was doing research on barbers. Because I had long hair, and then I cut my hair.
Right. Oh, well, I'm the one who cut it.
Yeah, you were trying to ponytail. Yeah, you were trying to figure out your hairstyle too. At the time, right?
Yeah. So I had looked up Pedro, and I came across him. I don't know how I came across. It was a long time ago. And then I went to the show. I was like, oh shit, Imperial Barber Products or Razorbacks or something like that. I think it was more Razorbacks.
Yeah, because
Razorbacks, for everybody out there, that's your
Razorbacks in Long Beach. Yeah, right on the corner of 4th and Redondo.
Yeah.
But this whole thing, just let's rewind a little bit about like why of who I am and why I do things a certain way is
perfect.
So I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. So I did 2 years of going to college, and I took a bunch of different classes. You know how you have to take certain classes if you wanted to go to a 4-year one. So where I excelled was in speech communication.
Really?
Oh, wow, man. That was my thing. And I'm like, wow, you know, I love this.
Yeah.
You know, I learned how to talk in front of a crowd. I learned how to, you know, just speak. Sure. Because before that, I was kind of shy, you know, and I like to have fun. You know, I was kind of not a jokester, but I want to make people laugh. Sure. You know, and give them a smile. Yeah. And so once I got through those classes, this guy that used to live right down the street from me, he's all, hey, come and check out where I work, you know. I work at the salon. There's 144 stylists there. It was in Santa Ana. And he's all, you get to dress however you want. There's no limit on how much you make. You get to dress however you want. Come and check it out. So I did. I met the owner. I met his wife. They were just great people, very humble. And there was this program called Junior Operator Program where you do 4 years apprenticeship, and then from there you go take the state board test. Yeah. But the 4-year apprenticeship, you start out being a hostess at a salon, at that salon. And from there, you go to the cash register. From the cash register, you go to the back room. From the back room, you go. And what I mean by the back room, you work your way up. But back room is, you know, what colors to order, what needs to be done. Right. So that junior operator program kind of set you up for success if you wanted to open up your own place, because you knew what to do.
Yeah. Right.
So at the same time, from the back room, you went to shampooing. So can you imagine just standing there? And there was 144 stylists in the late 80s. So there was big hair, a lot of perms. So there was a lot of people that needed to get their hair shampooed. Yeah. So from there, you just stood there. And there were certain people that liked the way you shampoo. So they always wanted to wait for you, unless they had color or the perm needed to come, get rinsed off. From there, you were hoping that the person that you wanted to get, the one that's going to help you become who you are, you know, you wanted that person to pick you. So everybody's like, hey, Rudy really likes, you know, maybe wants to work with you or help you and stuff like that. What do you think about him? The guy's amazing. That's my mentor right there, because he was ahead of his time. He really was. Like I was just stoked that if he picked me, and sure enough, he picked me. So I was with him for 3 years.
3 years.
3 years just helping him, and he teaches you how to do color, perm, everything.
Yeah.
But where he excelled was with color and men's hair cutting. Yes, women's haircut he excelled too, but where I saw the passion was in men's hair cutting and color.
Nice.
So, and it was just good. And so I took the state board. From there, I worked in different locations in California. From there, I got bored, so I went to New York City, worked out there,
Yeah, remember
and
telling me
then
that.
went to London
Wow.
and worked out there, and then came back to California. So I got a really good, what's it called?
Feeling for it?
Well-roundness of hustle and bustle of New York City, the European style of going to Vidal Sassoon and just learning from there. And they wanted us to do a certain way, you know, and at the same time, like the California life and that style. So I was well-rounded.
Yeah.
So I worked in a bunch of different places. Like I gave myself 2 years at each place.
Yeah.
If I liked it, I'll stay there longer. But I gave it 2 years.
Yeah.
And so I did move around a lot, and I lost customers, but I gained customers because of what I love to do.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just been great. So my first shop was Syndicate.
Oh,
So-
right. Yeah. I
So
remember
that
you
was my
telling me.
first shop, and man, that was so successful.
Is that where you met Scott?
No, he came in, but I was busy or I wasn't paying attention.
Right.
He said he came in there, but
Right.
I don't remember
Right.
because there was a lot of people that were coming in and out.
Yeah.
So after almost 10 years, I sold it to this guy that I helped become a barber. I sold it to him and his friend. And this guy that used to work for me when I had Syndicate, he opened up a shop in Westminster called the Parlor Barber Shop. And then so from there, I was there for 2 years helping him out and stuff like that, and it was great. And then after 2 years, I went back to Long Beach and opened up. That's where I met Scott, was in Westminster.
Oh, okay.
So we worked there
Gotcha.
for about a year and a half
Yeah.
together, and him and I wanted to open up a shop, and he also wanted to, but he also, that's where we formed Imperial Barber Products.
You
know?
opened up Razorbacks and then formed.
No, we did Imperial first
Oh,
at the
okay.
Parlor, and then from there, it was called the Parlor Classic Pomade. That's what it was called.
Right.
And then from there, we had to change the name because we were not there anymore. And so this is how I got Imperial's name.
Okay.
I wanted something that everybody would really like think about, you know, and remember the name. So all I can think about is I wanted to conquer, you know, this whole men's industry.
Yeah.
And in the 40s, you know, with the Chinese government, oh my God, now what we're into now with this whole virus thing. But the Japanese, they wanted to imperialize over everything.
All of Asia.
Exactly. So I'm like, you know what? Imperial. Let's call it Imperial. So Scott
It's a
and I,
nice
we
name.
talked about it, and
It's a
he
great
liked
name.
it. You know?
Sounds very regal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the name. The products are great. I mean, we talked to Scott about how it
Yeah.
kind of came into fruition the last time he was, I think, 2 weeks ago. And he shed a lot of light on how you guys create your products.
Yeah, it's one of the things that he's passionate about,
Yeah.
and I'm passionate about it as well. We work well together, you know. That guy is one solid, you know, business partner as well as
Yeah, I
friend.
love
He's a good
Scott.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
He's a good dude. He's solid. He's somebody you can count on when you call him for something. You know?
Right.
It's like
Yeah.
he'll roll through.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Me, it takes. I think about it, and I'm like, I don't feel like going. I know it sucks. That's what sucks about me.
I think all of us have that in us, bro. It just depends on how formal the friendship is, or how bonded the friendship is. You know.
Yeah, he's, like I said, he's solid, and I love the guy.
Yeah.
Love the guy.
Yeah.
You know. So then from there, we just opened up, or not just, but we opened up Razorbacks after working in Westminster for 2 years, and then it's been great so far. I mean, we have a solid guys, man. Those guys are solid. I mean,
Yeah.
every time somebody asks me, "Oh, you own it?" Yeah, I own it. But those guys the barbers at Razorbacks, they're the ones that are keeping it alive.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Got some diehards there.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and a lot of them, you know, we told them to go to school, and then from there we taught them how to cut hair, you know, at the place. Some of them already knew, some of them we had to, you know, help out a little bit. Some of them came with already, like, you know, an idea of how to cut men's hair, you know, because there's a right way and a wrong way.
Yeah.
It's a group.
I didn't know there was like that many variables in order to become a barber.
Yeah, it's 1,600 hours. But see, the program that I went, it's 4,000 hours.
Damn, bro.
And that's why he became so well rounded too.
Exactly. And you know, but I saw a thing with men's hair cutting that was like, people would like, they wouldn't do it right. They would just like, they would cut corners. And I'm like, nah, man, that's not the way to do it.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are you going to cut corners? So that's why I'm like, I just wanted to master this, and I did. I know I did.
I mean, everybody has different style of hair too. Asian hair is different from Hispanic hair, or even African American hair is different.
Yeah.
Than,
I mean, there's curly,
Caucasian
straight,
hair.
wavy. There's coarse. There's fine. There's thin. There's bald. There's, you know.
And you know how to do it all.
I do.
You've been cutting my hair for since I met you. You've been cutting my hair. It's a long time.
I just remember that it was long. In a ponytail.
I didn't even know that he had long hair. I need to see some images of this.
I think I have something in the
I think he's trying to hide it too.
I mean, I did that before the man bun came alive. I did that way long time ago. And then when everybody started having their pun, I was like, what the hell y'all doing?
I'm just going to grow it all out.
I was like, man, I can't do it. I need to cut this shit.
Yeah.
Sure enough,
Looking like everyone else.
A year later, when we went to, it wasn't Agenda, we went to Liberty Trade Show, everybody had long hair. Everybody. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's the great thing about being a barber, is that you can change somebody's life by just giving them the haircut that they deserve and that what looks good on them. And I swear it changes their whole world. It does. Yeah. It does.
I mean, I agree with you in 100% fold, because a fresh haircut makes you feel fresh.
It does.
I mean, it changes the look of your face.
Yeah,
let alone the way people treat you.
You'd be getting compliments that you're skinnier every time you get a haircut.
You're younger. Why you look so young?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, it's the haircut. I'll take the compliment though.
Yeah.
I got the grays out.
Men's grooming has become quite a standard nowadays.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know if it was before, but nowadays, you know.
Well, you know what? When Scott and I first started Imperial, there was only like maybe just a handful of, literally probably like maybe 5 companies that was doing pomades.
Yeah.
You know, we were one of them. And then all of a sudden, everybody jumped on the bandwagon when the whole barber scene just just became so popular.
Yeah.
And it was just wrong. But at the same time, I guess we wouldn't have what we have if it wasn't for that. But at the same time, those people that jumped on the bandwagon, where are they now? You know, they're not here anymore. And if they are, they're like not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So it's just it's funny how things like it could benefit or you could lose.
Yeah. And it goes back to just doing everything right the first time too, because I know with us, I use Flurish as an example. We were here, and then all of a sudden you see all these other brands that were coming into the industry, you know, and then with us being the brand that we were and setting the standard and moving the industry forward, I mean, we're still here, and all these other ones that hopped on the bandwagon, they're not here no more, you know.
Right.
So
that's an ongoing theme in every industry, though.
Sure.
You have those people who jump on when it's convenient or when it sounds hot or trend.
Right.
But it's the ones that last on the battlefield that really win. You know?
No, very true. I mean, if you just stay true to who you are and not try to change because the scene is changing or this, as long as you stay true to your product and knowing that you're putting out a good product, you should last.
Yeah. For sure. Your product should always last. Also, I honestly think too, it's the quality of the people that are running the company.
No, very true.
You know,
I mean,
I know you guys.
I
was just gonna say you guys had a lot of ups.
We had ups and downs, and people, you know, took advantage of us or tried to, or you know, manipulate us and stuff like that. And it's just like, it's sad that there are people out there.
Yeah.
You know.
And unfortunate for sure.
I mean,
I'm a humble guy, and I care about everybody that comes and works for Imperial and for Razorbacks. You know, I do anything for them. You know, and that's all I want back is the same. The work hard. You know, let's bring this up together. You know, if I succeed, you succeed mentality.
See, I think that's the reason why we're friends, because we have the same philosophy on life as well as friendship, not just business. But I mean, Josh and I were talking about this the other day. You know, I mean, I lost my dog recently, and I was just thinking to myself, we were playing out scenarios, and I was like, man, I'm a dog lover. He loves dogs. The right thing to do is when you pick up a dog, you kind of return it.
Right.
But there are people out there
true.
that keep dogs or steal dogs.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, listen, you have to read in between the lines on how this relates, because what I'm trying to say is there's people that are still out there that do shitty things like that. And I'm sure this person isn't the shittiest person, but there are people who make shitty decisions.
True.
Same in life and same as work, man.
Yeah.
It's like, it's that same saying where no good deed goes unpunished. I did not understand that until I started to give and give. And when you start to give to people that are taking on the other side, they'll appreciate the taking at first, but after a while they get used to it and they'll feel entitled to that.
Right.
And that's when that phrase comes up. No good deed goes unpunished. I didn't even realize that until that happened to me, and I was like, dude, I'm trying to do this guy a favor, and now he expects it. Not only expects it, now he's talking shit that I'm not doing it anymore. You know, I'm like, what the hell? The same in business, man. Yeah. Same in business. I don't even want to get into that.
It just sucks that there are people out in the world that just have to take advantage of whatever situation, whether it's what are those? What do you call it when you give money to a charity, but it's a fake charity, you know? Or those people that what is it called when you give money and they give you like product back, or what? Crowdfunding.
Oh, crowdfunding.
Crowdfunding.
I guess so. Yeah.
You know, where it's not legit, and all they take the money and then you just hey, what happened to that
charity or donations or crowdfunding? Yeah, I get what you're saying.
What the fuck? Like, it's wrong. It is. It's just wrong. And you know, this is why Scott and I think this is why we've lasted, you know, this long, is because we stay true to ourselves, and we don't try to outdo each other. You know, we don't.
See, that's
he knows I'm a ham when it comes to doing the podcast. I was so excited about it, or speaking in front of a crowd. You know, you know, he's more a little bit quieter. You know, but at the same time, like, he understands, like, I like doing this stuff. And I thrive on it. I'm a ham. I'm a ham when it comes to stuff. Taking photos of me or the Imperial. I love it.
Yeah. Well, you're a good look for the brand too, and plus you got a lot of steez, man. I've always told you that. I've always told you that, bro. So I feel like you should do it more.
Yeah, but you know what? We wear multiple hats in the company. So, and I like being in the warehouse. So being out in the warehouse, I get dirty as fuck, man. With, you know, just shit, you know,
moving boxes around.
Yeah, exactly. Orders. You know, picking up pallets and stuff like that, driving the forklift.
Still getting your hands dirty. Yeah.
Exactly. So, and I like doing that, and that's why I don't put on like my clothes that I love. You know, like I used to love dressing up, and I still do. Yeah. You know,
you find time for it.
I do find time for it. Like this hat, it was in the garage, you know, in a hat box. I'm like, I'm wearing it tonight. You know?
I can appreciate that. Today's the day. That's a lot. That's what a lot of people don't understand when they want to open a company, or they have this idea of creating a brand, or just being an entrepreneur in general. They don't understand the hard work that goes in between it.
They just think that it's just, you get one thing, or you know, you make one product, and it just, you think that that's all you need to do, and it's not. You know, there's press. You need to showcase it. Where are you going to put it? You need a strategy. And that's why a lot of these companies, like pomade companies that are no longer here or trying to develop, you know, or that want to develop, that's what they're thinking, that it's just easy. You know, they think it's easy, that you don't have to do the work, or you have to put your blood and your sweat and you know, all that hard work to make one product successful. Can you imagine having 14 products? And then there's, you know, other companies that have multiple, you know, and it's just like,
each skill costs money.
It does.
Yeah,
it does.
It requires a level of marketing too.
And it's mind-boggling, you know, when people ask you, like, I'm going to start a product company. Oh yeah. How are you going to do it? Well, I'm going to go to a chemist and make the product, and then I'm going to sell it. Oh, okay. So have you thought about the jars, the lids, the label, the marketing, the website? The people that are going to handle this. Oh, and you still need to work to pay the bills? Right.
I tell Charlie this all the time too. It's like people just see black and white. They don't see all the gray areas, man.
I mean, you didn't even mention funding.
Yeah,
exactly. Like you gotta pay like the company.
That's the shit that makes me upset, man. I've said it on multiple occasions, multiple interviews and podcasts that everybody thinks we're rich. Probably same with you. Everybody thinks that a business owner is rich. They're the ones at the top. They're the ones raking it in.
Right.
But the honest truth is sometimes I still have creditors. Not anymore. Okay? I used to have creditors call me. I was late on my payments. I was late on my rent. But I made sure that everybody in my team ate first.
Right.
And that happened for a long time, Pedro.
Yep.
Long time. Years.
You're the last one to get paid.
Yeah, always. Whatever's left over, then we'll divvy it up.
Right.
But a lot of times, man, we only scrape by. I know you had some situations like that.
Yeah, we had situations like that, and not too long ago either, where, we were doing well. I'm not going to say we were doing the best, but we were doing well, and then, man, we had to take a three-quarter pay cut.
Like, and that hurt you.
Oh, my God.
That
a lot of shit happened to me, you know?
Man.
But you know what? We stuck with it, which one should. If you believe in the product and what you stand for, you should stick with it. There's a lot of people that are like, I'm going to move on. This didn't work out. And it's just like, nah, man.
You can't give up.
Can't.
Yeah, that's not an entrepreneur.
No, that's not, And that's why, like, when I see companies thrive or successful in the same industry, I'm like, wow, man, they did it. Good for them, Good for them.
Yeah, everybody has their own lane, though. Even though we're in, like, other companies like us, people doing the same thing we do, gummies or tinctures or whatever. Everybody has their own lane if they want to see it that way.
Right.
They're not directly copying us. Maybe I'm coming from a biased point of view because I don't see anybody as competition. A lot of people will think that's an arrogant statement. But what I mean by that is it's just because we're always thinking ahead. We're always thinking, okay, what can we do better?
Right.
What's our next campaign? How can we push the envelope with that?
Yeah, just like Imperial. I mean, we have probably about a good 9 products that are developed, but we don't have the funding for it just yet. We're all over the world.
Right.
We're all over the world. We have, but we're not going to say we're struggling because we're not, but at the same time, like, we just don't have the money to come out with it because you have to do it right.
Yeah. Well, exactly. I think that's also what happens when you self-fund.
Correct.
But the beautiful part of self-funding is that you don't really answer to a lot of people. Whether you have
That's
whether you have 1 or 2 investors, okay, I can handle that. But when you have, a VC company come in and just give you $2, $3, $4, $5 million, now you're answering to somebody else. And really, is it your own product anymore?
No.
No,
because you always have to answer to a few other people that have their own opinions on what they would like to see.
Right.
And the funny part is that you're right. Self-funding is probably one of the hardest ones, but satisfying because you just answer to yourself or to your business partner, and if you guys are on the same page,
well, you're standing on your own 2 feet.
Right.
There's no safety net. It's just you and a high wire, if you will. Getting across the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
If you fall, you die.
Correct.
And that's really the situation that we've been in every day. Just fortunately, we've been able to make the right moves, and it sounds like Imperial's been around for a while, and you guys have been steady.
Yeah, 10 years. No, a little over 10 years.
That's great, man.
Yeah, 2009, right? Yeah.
Yeah, ups and downs,
Builds
good
character.
and the bad. It built a lot of character for sure. Yeah, there was, I don't want to say I almost gave up, but it was like, man, when that hard time comes, you're like, okay, what am I doing? What the fuck am I doing? But then you have to snap out of it. You're like, nah, man, this is my livelihood.
Yeah.
This is what it is, and you just go through it. Yeah, you eat top ramen and shit food, and
can't go out no more.
Can't go out anymore.
Yeah, you're the classic story of the entrepreneurship. I think a lot of people have that story as well, and they can relate to that. It's like, if you don't have thoughts every other day when you start that you want to quit, I mean, shit, bro. I don't know if you're in the right business. I don't know if you're doing it right, because that's what it takes, man.
Right.
If you get to the first speed bump, you're like, nah, fuck it, I'm over it.
And earlier when I talked about David Beckham, which I don't want to knock the guy, and I'm not knocking him down. The only thing is, like, see, just because he has the name, and I'm sure he had somebody go to the chemist and be like, oh, we need this and this and that. And Beckham maybe didn't have anything, maybe he's all, yeah, I like this smell, but he didn't really go to the chemist. Maybe, I could be wrong. I tried looking it up, but it doesn't explain that part. And like to feel and to go like from A to Z, starting with A, going, okay, this is a sample, and you're up to Y, and you still haven't found that. Well, I'm sure he didn't do that.
You see, let's get into that a little bit, because that's a deeper conversation to have. A lot of these people, so-called celebrities, right? They brand themselves and leverage their own name to sell products. Whether those products are good or not, I don't know. I'm gonna go out on a limb or on a ledge and say 9 out of 10 products that celebrity endorse, they're not quality.
Yeah, they're shit.
They're not quality. It's also why the problem I had with when Kylie Jenner came out with her brand and she was on Forbes magazine as the first self-made billionaire. It's kind of almost the same thing, the same conversation that you're having with us, which I didn't really agree with that. Yeah, I'm glad she's made a ton of money in the cosmetics industry, and her cosmetic products and packaging are great. But for them to be like she's self-made, I just didn't agree with that.
No, I see where you're going with that.
Yeah, I mean, her mother is
very true.
Her mother's the kingpin. She's the shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She's the one who blueprinted everything out.
Yeah.
And then obviously Kim Kardashian is the mama bear of that whole sister group.
Right.
So she paved the way. And then obviously Kylie came along and she blew up super quick, but that was already
it was already established.
The runway was already paved.
Right, exactly.
And it was just for the takeoff. And it kind of goes back to what you're talking about with Dave Beckham.
And I'm sure they had like a bunch of people guiding her
Obviously,
too.
bro. They had money. They already had money in the bank. They had the branding in the queue. They had already a team of successful people helping them.
And you and I, we just had to not figure it out, but we had to figure it out. We didn't have the people going, okay, no, don't do that, do this. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. Keep on doing this. Okay. Don't do that. Keep on doing this.
Yeah, you just got to go through those life experiences there.
Well, I mean, they have a phrase. It's called Hard Knock School.
There you
School
go.
of Hard Knocks. I should say. I'm correcting myself. All right. School of Hard Knocks. And that's really what it is, man. But that just makes it all more gratifying and satisfying when people like us, we're standing on our own 2 feet.
Right.
And we said, we went through the trials and tribulations, jumped through the hurdles, and we're here.
Right.
We may not be a billion-dollar company or billionaires individually.
Right.
But man, we put a lot of people on. We learned a lot of life lessons, and nobody did it for us. We did it.
Right, exactly. And you know what? One of the best part about owning your own business as well, and working hard, and not having, doing it all by, you just said it right, School of Hard Knocks.
Yep.
And stuff like that, is that you employ people. That's I love that. I love employing people and taking care or trying to take care of them, making sure that their bills are paid and stuff like that. The barbers that I have, man, I 100% believe in them. More than 1,000%, because they're there, they're doing the hard work, they're keeping Razorbacks alive, and I love it, you know. And if they want to go open up a place themselves, Scott and I would help them, man. They can't work for us forever.
Yeah.
We want them. As long as they're respectful, with our company, which a few of them, they were, And I'm happy that they worked for me for quite a while. And then they opened up their own place. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that's just...
I'm not selfish, you know?
You're guiding them in the right direction, too.
Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
That's a testament to the kind of person you are, though. A lot of business owners don't even take it that far. They'll take offense to if you open up another shop. Oh, that's not good for us. We're not going to be friends.
Yeah.
But that's just, like I said, another testament to who you are as a person.
As long as we do our job and we do great haircuts, we shouldn't have any problems. And it's all based on the relationship that you have with that barber as well. Because you can have that special relationship, but the haircuts could be crappy. But that person still wants to go to the barber because they have a relationship,
Right.
Right. And then you have the other side of it is that you have a great barber that has no personality, and the guy doesn't want to go there, but he goes there because the haircuts are good, and it's not a relationship, you know.
Yeah.
You have to. It has
find
to go
that fine
hand
line,
in hand.
right?
Yeah, I think
Right.
Find that fine line.
Yeah. That's in every business too. You have to have that relationship because you could have a shitty product inside of a shop, and they'll push that unless you have that good relationship. Your product could go like the limit, or not even the limit actually. So
Yeah, I mean, I think what Josh is trying to say is you can have a shitty product, but if you have a good relationship, people will back that product.
Yes,
Yes, obviously, yeah.
And you can have a great product, no marketing, no relationship. Nobody gives a shit.
Right.
I said it many times before. Our sales team is one of the best that we have in the business, and one of the most important parts of our company is our sales team. And I'm sure it's the same for you, man. You know?
No, correct.
You guys are pretty hands-on from what I understand.
Yeah, we do everything.
Yeah.
I mean, we're the salesperson. We do the emails. Scott and I, all of us do. There's only 4 of us in the company.
Yeah.
You know, we do it all.
Wow.
Yeah. And you guys had to downsize.
Yeah, we
At
had
one point.
Yeah, at one point. Well, it went from Scott and I, and then so having 2 people, then 3 people, and then we had 5 people, and then we had 8 people. Now we're back down to 4 people.
Yeah.
You know,
And that happens, right?
Yeah.
Downsizing and expanding always happens.
well, you can't have somebody hired, and if the money isn't coming in, and they're not gonna like go, hey, can I pay you next week?
Yeah.
You know, hey, can I pay you next week? It doesn't fly that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Relationship or not, people need to eat.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the other part of the burden that people don't talk about as far as entrepreneurship is the burden that we carry when we actually hire people.
Right.
Because
We have to be mom, dad. We have to be the boss. We have to be everything.
The bad guys, too.
The bad,
sometimes.
the good.
dude, it's mentally draining.
It is.
I mean, I'm drained right now
And
just
then-
thinking about it.
then-
Serious, man.
Well, then you have like people that create drama, and you're like, what the fuck, man? Just do your fucking job.
You're
What the fuck?
dealing with emotions after.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. And you're like, then you get home, you're like, oh my god, I had to deal with this shit.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
That's what you call the human aspect of entrepreneurship, right? Because
Which-
money sees no color. It's only green. It has no opinion.
Right.
Okay? Money is money. I give it to you. It'll love you just the same as it loved me.
Right.
But people,
No way. It's the opposite.
Brand new whip, just hopped in. I got options. I can pass that bitch like Stockton. Just joshing. I'ma spend this holiday locked in. My body got rid of them toxins. Sports in the top 10.
having to manage 2 people, let alone 4, 5, 6, 8, 20, 25, 30, dude, now you gotta have that's a shit show. You gotta have people manage other people.
Right.
And that's an art form in itself. I've come to learn that.
It is. The barbershop, man, loved it. Had 8 barbers, including me. I'd be like, all right, you're running a little bit late. Okay, let me go tell your customer. Oh, there's a walk-in?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so if that person's running late, okay, he's running ahead. I go tell the barber, hey, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to do one haircut before you do the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it gives me 15 minutes, that I can just kick back. I'm all, okay, but at the same time, I need your help.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't even say, they don't even give me they don't even say yes or no. I walk away and I tell the customer, see that guy with the green shirt? His name's, blah, 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 blah. You're going to go with him in just a few minutes. Let him finish up and he'll take care of you. Thank you for your patience. Always thank you for your patience. Because it's true. Thank you for your patience, And then I go to the barber, okay, you're taking that guy. And if he makes a scene, or not a scene, but if I can tell that he's pissed, once he's done, I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm just putting money in your pocket. So if you don't want money in your pocket,
Managing
then,
people, man.
Yeah, exactly. But this is the whole thing. But I loved it. Man, I thrived on it. It was good. It was like, you're right. It's like an orchestra. It's like, you're doing this. Okay, you're doing that here.
That's a good way to look at it. Yeah.
Oh, there's a walk-in. Okay, I start looking around.
Yeah.
You can ask any of my barbers. They knew when I look around.
You're a people person, bro.
I am.
You're a people person.
I loved it.
Showman.
Did you ever
can tell.
Did you ever have any like tough employees to deal with sometimes though?
Yeah, tough, but at the same time, like, I gave him chances,
See, hold on. One thing you gotta know about Pedro, he's a nice guy.
Yeah,
I think
I'm
people
learning that
listening
now,
or
too.
watching can say that he might be a little too nice sometimes.
You know what? It's just
That's a good thing. That's a
care.
great trait. Yeah.
It is, but I'm not saying it for me and myself saying that, but sometimes I want to be a fucking hard ass and say no, but I care too much, like about your feelings, Okay, does that person hate me now because I'm making them do this? I'm like, nah, man.
There's some times when that's gotten you in trouble, though.
It has.
Listen. The last podcast with Scott, I've told you, man, that you've cut my hair for a long time. And we're actually very good friends now because of that relationship. Almost by default, because I sit in the chair at least 25 minutes, 30 minutes at a time now.
Yeah,
something like that. It's
Sometimes
sometimes
a
it's
bit longer,
longer,
yeah.
right? Because we're talking.
right, exactly.
But what I'm saying is, I told him, I'm tell you the same thing. You know some really deep shit about me
yeah,
that a lot of people don't know.
And
And vice versa.
And vice versa. You know a lot about
Yeah.
me that a lot of people don't even know.
So in those conversations, I've known the struggles that you've gone through, and
Yeah.
it's tough, man.
It is.
And listening to you right now, I mean, sometimes I just want to slap you and say, "Yo, you gotta just tell him no." Or sometimes I'm just like, "Come on, bro, we can do this together." But I mean, it's not as sexy or as fun as we all make it to be,
No.
business or life.
Right. No, I
Right.
hear you. Seriously, it's just like one of those things where it's just like, I'd rather take the burden than me, what's the saying? I'd rather take the burden and I'd rather you take all my breath than me taking your breath. You know?
Okay.
It's
You'd
that
rather be
saying.
hurt than have somebody else hurt.
Exactly.
Right?
I'd rather be the one.
You'd rather feel the pain.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, look. Full disclosure, I've had many conversations with Pedro before, and I said, "Man, how much can you hurt before you actually die?" Right?
Damn, that's
And
deep.
at some point, you got to say, you know that, dude. You know that example on the airplane. You say, put your oxygen mask first before you put on your daughters or your passenger on the airplane. That's the same philosophy, bro. Put on when when shit's going down and the plane's going down. These oxygen masks that pop down. You gotta put
and
yours
I'd-
on first.
I'd probably be the one putting
You're
it on
putting everybody else's on.
else.
As you're putting somebody else, oh, you're dead. You're dead. You're done. What good is that?
You're already in too deep.
Yeah, but at least I saved a bunch of people.
Right.
See, that's where my brain is. Like,
Right.
okay, I'm going to save all these people, and then I'm going to save myself,
Right.
whether I survive or not. You know?
Right.
But that's just me.
Right.
That's just me. And if I could change, I would like to, but this is who I am.
Yeah.
You know?
It is, man. It makes a good person. It makes a great person, and that's why we're friends. But at the same time, as we were talking in the middle of this conversation, I mean, there's a lot of shitty people that'll take advantage of that.
Yeah, and you know what? They've a few of them. And no lie, you know, I still talk to some of them. You know, I really do. But at the same time, I'm like, let bygones be bygones.
Yeah.
I feel that.
You know, there's a few people I still don't talk to, and I'm like, I don't care to talk to them because I don't even give a shit. You know, but I don't want to say not in a mean way, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, I have nothing to give to you.
Yeah, I get you.
Nothing.
Yeah. It's water under the bridge.
Yeah.
I guess, right? The energy.
Because I used to wear it on my shoulders, like,
Yeah.
fuck, what the fuck?
taxing, isn't it?
Yeah, it
That
is. It's
energy?
like it sucks, and you're just like, you always think about it, and you get mad, and then you start reacting different, you know, and then, but at the same time, like, finally, like, I'm like, you know what? It's all good. Bye bye. I had to learn that the hard way.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't
Yeah.
too long ago that I just like realized that either.
Yeah, man, it's tough. I struggle with that too. I try to be a nice guy as well as an asshole, and somewhere in between. I try to be that guy, but it just never works out.
Right.
I always end up being the fucking asshole.
Charles manages it very well, to be honest.
I know he does.
Yeah, he does. He really does.
You know, I always just want results, man. I tell people, don't bring your personal problems here because I'll end up caring about them, and then I'm gonna have to do something about it. But if you don't tell me in the first place, I won't know. So don't bring it here. When you bring it here, I'm like, God damn, what can I do to help you out? You know what I mean?
It's like he gives in.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough to have that balance because when people put their faith in you, just like you know what you said, I carry that burden around.
Yeah.
You know, because in the beginning it was just me and my cousin, and actually Josh too. He helped us build this company. And when more people come on, it's like, okay, shit, here's another guy that's jumping onto our ship. So we got to make sure our ship's afloat and it keeps going forward.
Speaking about ships, remember the boat ride that we took?
So that's when I first met you. I was just like, dang, Pedro's sick, and Scott too. But yeah, that boat ride. How'd you like it, Charles?
No, man.
Scott was telling me, he's like, you gotta bring this shit up.
What were we on, a 20-foot boat?
No, it was
15 foot,
like
10-foot boat?
No, it was. Oh yeah, it was probably about a 21.
I don't know, man. It was shitty. It felt like a fucking what do they call those rafts? That's what the fuck it felt like. It was just like
A white
bouncing
water
Yeah, it was
around,
pretty
dude.
bad.
Yeah, I was like, dang, these guys are
Dude.
vicious on this right now.
Dude, Scott was an asshole on that one. He was off-roading that thing basically. When we were like,
taking airborne.
yeah, when we were going out of the bay, whatever it was,
Yeah.
and he just let it rip, dude.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
He said it was like off-roading on water.
It's like
It
off-roading
is.
the water,
It really is.
And we didn't have any
Especially when it was
seatbelts.
No, there's no seatbelts in a boat.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So I didn't know how dangerous it was, dude.
It's just that was fun. It
Yeah.
really was. I mean, 'cause when we were doing well, we were in the boat club, you know, and it was just like it was fun because we get to choose whatever boat size or whatever we wanted, and then from there we're just like take it out. But you know what the fucked up part about is? Me driving the boat, coming back in was the hardest thing I ever had to do, and getting gas.
Oh my goodness.
The gas tank on the boats, sometimes it's on the right, sometimes it's on the left. You know, and so when it's easy to get in to go get gas, it's just like, oh shit, it's on the other side, and you have to do a turn, but the current's taking you, and you have to. Oh man, it just sucks. It just sucks. And then trying to park that thing inside a slip, and then the other boats are like all right there.
You don't want to look like a noob, huh?
No,
yeah, exactly.
That was fucked up. And I'm sitting there doing a 360 between all the boats because I'm like, I couldn't do it. Well, I don't want to say I couldn't do it because I did it, but at the same time.
Took
That
forever.
was hard.
Yeah.
How long?
That was hard shit.
How often were you guys like taking the boats out?
Scott is the one who did it more.
Okay.
You know, but I would do it he would do it every weekend. And then I would do it maybe probably about twice a month, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, but driving boats are not easy. Because I remember I was doing it when I was in Havasu. I was like, damn, I'm going to be hitting somebody. Because the current, it takes you like away.
Yeah,
you know?
and you know, they tell you slow is the best thing. Like, don't even slow, you won't wreck anything. But man, when that current is taking you and there's people watching you and it's just like, what the fuck,
Yeah, you don't
man?
look like an idiot.
Yeah, exactly.
We didn't even have Nourish products back then. I wish we had, because I would have taken some.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, man. Did you ever use cannabis products growing up?
You know what? Yes. Yeah. I used to smoke a lot of pot. No, that was another thing, okay? In high school, I really didn't go to high school because I was out fucking getting stoned. You know, and then when I was there, I was stoned.
Yeah.
You know, but I did graduate, just for anybody who's listening. I did graduate. But yeah, you know, but back then it was like, one finger's $5, 2 fingers is $10.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
Was that
cheap
how it was?
shit. It was cheap shit, you know?
It didn't get you high like nowadays.
No, holy shit, man. Fuck the new stuff. I don't know.
Are you vaping or are you actually smoking the flower itself nowadays?
Well, so
like, do you smoke a joint or do you? Like
I have recently. I have.
Okay.
And then gummies I've had.
Hey.
And then I think that's it, right? Yeah.
Well, and then the carts with the vape kind of carts.
No.
Oh, you haven't.
No, I haven't done that.
Okay.
No. But you know what? The reason why I try not to get stoned. God, I keep on hitting this thing. It's just like I'm like trying to keep it close to me. But the reason why I try not to get stoned is because I'll eat the whole house. That's why. I'm like, fuck.
Munchies for days.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, they'll start eating the ice cream, then the ice cream goes to chips, the chips go to cookies, the cookies go to bread, the bread go to make something that's in the frozen department, like, you know, macaroni and cheese.
You got a system.
I know, for real though.
No,
He's mixing things that don't even make sense.
Yeah, and I'm like, I just ate all this shit. I'm like, I'm going to bed. I wake up the next morning, my stomach's all like, oh,
It doesn't feel good.
fuck. I'm like, shit.
I feel that.
Oh man.
And plus, I like if I do, I like being by myself because I don't like people fucking with me.
Yeah,
like,
I feel that too.
Honestly, I think lately that's how I've liked to intake my cannabis. I've been actually eating a lot of Nourish gummies lately.
Okay.
To go to sleep, try to relax. But I like to do it.
I want to do the CBD.
Oh yeah, I gotta get you
but
some.
no,
Oh,
but
yeah,
CBD
we'll get you some
without
for sure.
without the THC.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
gotta get you
CBD
some
straight.
of that.
Yeah, that's what he's been doing.
We'll make sure that you leave with some. But
So you've been doing that?
yeah, man, just lately, whatever it is. Look, Josh sent me a meme yesterday, and it said, 2020 is our year. Remember that one?
Oh yeah.
2020 is gonna be our year. And then that meme moves forward. It's like the world's on fire. Like, everyone's like, ah!
Here, let me see if I can pull it up for you for real quick so we can relate. It's freaking hilarious. Keep talking though.
We ended 2019 on a great note, right? We ended up just like we crushed 2019
That's
towards the
awesome.
end of it. I mean, we had a lot of ups and downs, but we crushed it. And then we were like, yo, man, coming in 2020, we're coming in with some momentum. We're going to kill it this year. And then, boom, January hits. I mean, yeah, we're living. But weird shit's been happening, man.
Oh, that's right. I love SpongeBob. I do. He's like probably one of my favorite cartoons.
Yeah.
Seriously.
He's hilarious.
That is funny.
Dude, SpongeBob is still relevant to today, you know?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
You know,
Yeah.
that show has just been funny to me. My kids, they loved it. They really did. Just the I don't want to say the stupidityness, but there was like I'm not one of those persons that says that there was a message behind it, conspiracy type thing. But it was just great. I can relate.
Yeah, it's like South
I
Park.
felt like SpongeBob.
Yeah, it's like South Park.
I'm a goofy guy.
Yeah, it's like South Park.
Silliness.
Yeah, South Park's amazing too.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
Actually, I do one of the artists that sketches for South Park.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's a really cool guy.
Yeah.
Been doing his hair for a while.
Anyway, so we were talking about 2019 closed it strong. We were talking. We were like, "Oh, we're gonna kill 2020.
Yeah.
We got momentum this year. There's no way that people can hold us down. We
Yeah.
got this."
Right.
And then Kobe dies.
Yeah.
God rest Kobe.
Yeah.
And then he passed away. I mean, it shook the whole LA nation.
It did.
It
did.
dude.
People were crying that
yeah.
only saw him on TV or just.
It was
at
basically the
basketball games
coronavirus feeling, except no coronavirus. I mean, people were just depressed. Man,
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then of course, coronavirus. It's happening.
Man.
You know?
It's just so many people just like. I was just listening to the radio and they were saying, what does toilet paper have to do with?
Dan and I were talking about that today.
Water I can understand.
clue.
You want to keep water. Water is like a life source that you need. But there's tap water that you can boil the water, and there's like
Bro, you're
waste.
You're
but
preaching.
toilet paper
You're
is like
preaching.
Yeah.
You're
what
preaching.
the fuck?
Yeah, I understand. I don't understand.
Listen,
either.
so I want to ask you guys something. Is this a legitimate case of a life-threatening virus, or is this a case of powerful media?
I say it's both because the media is creating the hysteria. No,
That's right. No, that's
hysteria.
right.
And at the same time, it is a virus that if you do get it and you're, they were saying that if you have any heart conditions, the elderly, if you have that you need oxygen, that it's going to attack you even more aggressively. But then you have the people that are young that think that if they get it that they're going to like die or that are going to get really sick, but no, they're saying that it attacks just older people, and that if you're not healthy as well, if you're malnutrition, it's just like you're fucked, you're fucked. But at the same time, it's both. To me, it's both. Media is saying stay indoors, don't do this, so the economy is fucking getting fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hitting us
fucked.
really
But then-
fast too.
Yeah,
People
too
that do-
fast.
This is the fastest correction
Because
we've
you
had.
see all this media and like you would assume that okay, the media is the one
Bro.
people that are making it so known, but then all of a sudden you see the president giving us like pretty much telling us we're not gonna be able to travel to Europe. Like, what's that all about?
I think he's doing a great job by really containing, people saying, "Hey, don't travel over there," because in Europe, it's spreading even faster, and they don't have the I don't want to say that we have the better hospitals and stuff like that, and over there I'm sure they are and stuff like that. They're had advanced medicine and hospitals and stuff like that, but here in the United States is where we want to keep everybody safe. The United States.
This is the
And
greatest
I don't want,
land.
and I don't want to
Yeah.
say I don't care about
No, I get what you're
Europe
saying.
and stuff like that.
I get
but
what you're saying.
To me, U.S. comes first.
Dude,
Yes, exactly.
United States is the greatest nation in the
It
world.
is.
In
It
my
really
opinion,
is.
we have a lot of rights. We
We
have
do.
a lot of options. I mean, where else in the world can you come, drop a pin anywhere, and be able to make money
Right.
anywhere,
You're
doing
guar-
anything?
Yeah, you're guaranteed the pursuit of happiness here, man.
Yeah,
Correct.
dude. Where else in the world can you do
100%
that?
agree with you guys.
Right? Anybody who talks shit on America or whatever, it's like, dude, get the fuck out of here already. Because
Exactly.
like this is where it's at, man. You go anywhere else in the world, you'll see how your rights are limited.
Yeah,
You'll
right.
see how your opportunities are limited.
Right.
You'll see in the world where nobody really gives a shit about you, dude.
Yeah,
Right.
Don't
You
give
know,
a
I'm
fuck
not
about your
I'm not
feelings.
talking
Yeah.
down to any other country. I'm just saying America is the greatest country in the world because of that principle alone.
And that's why a lot of people come here from different countries. They want to come here.
Damn
you
straight.
know?
They want
And
opportunity.
I want them to come here.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
really do. And it's because it's the great
It's
country.
the greatest country in the world, bro. I mean, like I said, man, a lot of shit happened with the coronavirus. That's a whole deeper issue about human beings and how we can get crazy and hysteria.
Exactly.
You know, in the living in the space of fear. I mean, dude, there's videos of people slapping each other upside the head, getting toilet paper,
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
beating each other up over water.
But I still trip out to all
Bro.
the like, cause even when the swine flu was here, it was a big deal, and then now all of a sudden you hear about the coronavirus and you hear NBA shutting down, you see NHL shutting down, MLB shutting down, Disneyland shutting down right here.
Yeah, 30 days.
Isn't that crazy?
It's
30
fucking
days.
wild, man.
Yeah.
But you know what? This is how wild and this is how crazy and powerful media is. I turn on Power 106, and of course they're taking calls of what you should do for coronavirus. So stay home, stay clean, wash your hands. I'm like, dude, these guys on the radio is talking about it. Of course, that's going to spread more fear. And I'm not saying that
Right.
you shouldn't have, you don't have the responsibility of notifying the public.
But it's common sense.
Yeah, I'm just saying that the fact that you're covering it, all of it, every corner of the world is covering it. Every
Right.
channel, every news outlet, every non-news outlet is covering it. Of course, it's going to create some pandemonium.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you wonder why people go to Costco trying to get toilet paper. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
It's just wild, man.
It
really
is.
is.
It is. You know, I know they're going to come up with a vaccine for it
Yeah.
soon because they're pumping so much money and they're working around the clock, not just
Yeah.
the United States, but other countries as well that has the capability of
Yeah.
coming up with an antivirus, shot, or, to get rid of it
Yeah,
or
the
to at least,
vaccine,
contain it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It won't be for a couple of weeks, let alone maybe a couple of
Right.
months. You know?
I think it'll be, it's going to be earlier than a couple months.
I
for
I think
sure.
I think 30 days is why they
I hope
said
so.
that.
I hope so, man. Because
That's
a lot
their
of people are
benchmark.
losing their shit over this.
Yeah, too
Yeah.
many. I mean, it makes traffic a lot easier.
Yeah, the traffic hasn't been
People are
bad.
working from home. People are working from home. Less traffic, less productivity at work. I mean, Disneyland's closed. All of the events,
those people
Coachella's.
that saved up money for a whole year, and wanted to go those weeks that it's going to be closed
Yeah.
and time off from work, and it's just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
nope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think it sucks too because like the media, they made it such a big deal. Now that like Knott's Berry Farm just like closing down, that I mean, this is hurting my brother personally, because he works at Knott's Berry Farm and now he doesn't have a job for a month.
Oh man.
So like
Yeah, I mean, these little trickle effects really do affect everybody.
do.
Even the lowest dude, even the smallest guy.
Yeah.
Right.
It
And
sucks.
you know what? Thank God that, something's going to hopefully happen with, people getting paid and stuff like that. I think the government, this
Subsidizing
administration
some
is doing something that's going to help out to ease the pain,
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
do.
I don't know
really
if
do.
it'll be enough, but it's something.
It's something. I mean,
Right.
obviously, like, he can't, I won't say like he can't, but the government just can't say, okay, well, don't pay your taxes, for,
Well, I think he extended the deadline.
Right.
Yeah, so he did that. He extended the tax deadline. My account, I was with him yesterday. He was like, damn it. Trump extended the deadline. It means I have to work twice as hard for longer.
Yeah, because once it's done, it's done.
Yeah. Once it's done, he's busy like twice a year, just like Marbardi.
Shit.
Yeah. Now it's like weird. Yeah, man. Crazy times we live in, bro.
It is.
I don't know
But
what's
you know
gonna
what?
happen.
I'd still pick the United States living here than anywhere else.
For sure, 100%.
Down in Mexico, they were building like you would not believe because of the earthquake.
Mexico City.
No,
Or
because
just everywhere in Mexico.
Just everywhere in Mexico.
Really? See, you know more than I would, though.
Yeah, because we still.
Well, you
that's part
actually
of-
go there very
Yeah,
often.
every
you?
3 months I go there because
wow.
we have a barber school over there, which I should mention, Barberia Capital. Is
cool.
that's our business partners, or we're business partners of them. That they are making it happen over there with the barbershops. And anybody that goes down to Mexico City, man, should really stop in and check out
Dude,
what the barbershops look like.
I didn't
Our
realize-
barbershops look like.
Yeah, I didn't realize until you told me too. There's a lot of Asian.
Yeah.
Where we
Yeah, a
from?
lot of Japanese, Vietnamese, Thai are moving there, and
Yeah.
they're setting up shop. There's a Chinatown there. It's small,
crazy.
but they have a street that's all
Yeah.
Chinese food and gifts and stuff like that. And then you have a huge, I think it's a 3-story Japanese market. Dude, that is
No way.
badass. And the food is incredible.
Yeah.
They're opening up ramen places, sushi
Really?
places, so much. Yeah, because I've been to them, and they're beautiful.
Dang.
The service is impeccable, and it's great.
I feel like
It's great.
if for us to have a good experience there, we would have to go with you because
Yeah, I already told him that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even go to Mexico without
we have
Pedro
an
because
apartment
one,
there.
he'll tell me where to go. He speaks the language.
yeah, that too. Because I feel like I don't know. I see all this stuff on like it being corrupted and so forth. I mean,
Well, this is what I tell
touch on
everybody.
that.
Sure, the corruption is there with the government.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know about this new government because they have a new president that is all about for the people,
Mm-hmm.
and he's doing really good. I hope that they're doing good work for the people.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, there is corruption within the police and I'm sure other government officials.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, If you're looking for trouble, and this is what I tell everybody, you'll find the trouble.
Sure.
If you go and mind your own, P's and Q's and just have fun and just don't, just be aware. Just like with anywhere you go, just be aware. You're gonna have a fun time.
That's like anywhere though.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Just don't do anything dumb.
Yeah.
You won't get dumb shit.
Don't get drunk and start, breaking shit because then the cops are there like that and they'll haul you away. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah.
So they don't want that shit. And then if you go to the different places like Cancun, any resort type thing,
it's always safe. It's
safe because you know what? And I don't know. I just hear that the cartels are, want people to spend money there. They want them to come because that's bad business. Because then people don't come, and it's not good for anybody.
It's not good for anybody. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I didn't look at it that way. Makes sense.
So, and that's the way I explain it to people when they ask me, "Oh, is it safe?" I'm like,
they have armed guards like protecting the resort sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, and plus certain ones, when there's somebody important staying there, then you know what. But for the most part, people don't want visitors. They don't want to see armed guards because then they're like wondering, well, why is there armed guards?
Yeah.
So that's why, in my belief, that the cartels and what's been told to me, that the cartels really want people to spend money there.
Yeah.
Because it helps maybe their world. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's true.
They're not going to deny money.
Exactly.
So.
It's true.
So it's good. It's good.
True. Didn't you say you were going to Mexico and then jumping over to Cuba? Or did you cancel that trip?
No. I'm going to Cuba. Cancun, Cozumel, and different parts of the Yucatan area. And at the same time, if we have time, we'll go check out Cuba. But there's also, there's major corruption there. I was looking up online on YouTube, like, Americans going to Cuba or anybody going to Cuba besides Cubans. It's like as soon as you land there, the taxi's already trying to rip you off. Like, what the fuck?
Isn't that anywhere, though?
Yeah, for real, though. If you don't speak the language, they're going to try to get as much out of you.
Yeah, but there it's worse. And then you go to the restaurants and they're charging you a different price than what's on there.
Well, you speak the language.
I understand the language and I speak the language, but at the same time, you don't want to get in trouble in a communist country. It's just like, and I think they know that. They're like, they're not going to make waves. They don't want to go to the jails here because I'm sure they're crappy worse than anywhere else.
Probably getting out of it is even worse.
Exactly. So I'm like, okay, do I want to go on a trip like that? Nah, maybe. I'm not sure yet. I haven't figured it out.
Yeah.
But
you
I
have to just
really
consider
wanted to
all
go.
the consequences that may happen.
Yeah, I want to go somewhere.
Yeah.
And I already had bought tickets to go to Japan because my son is in the Navy. And so he's stationed in Japan. So I wanted to go see him. I haven't seen him in a while.
But you can't now because you can't
Exactly. So I had canceled that trip. And so now I'm like, okay, well, I want to still go somewhere,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
chose Cancun.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, I mean, hopefully when we see you next time, that this thing will blow over.
I'm sure it will.
Life will be back to at least somewhat normal.
I
Maybe not all the way
believe
normal.
it. I believe it will.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. And
thank you for having me.
Oh yeah,
Seriously.
absolutely.
I want to do it again.
Yeah,
we
definitely,
will.
man. Definitely. I know we didn't get into the real deep stuff, but this is just I love just having conversations with people.
This felt natural to me. Like, it should feel natural, and it's just like,
goes where it goes, man.
Hopefully you know me more now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I was tripping out when we were talking to Scott that you guys had Razorbacks. I didn't even know about that.
Yeah.
And I mean, you guys
He's
are
an
the pioneers
accomplished
of
man.
that. Yeah, that's awesome.
Man. He's got a lot of.
And
cool
plus,
stories
now we
too.
know that you have the school in Mexico.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
When did you start that up?
It's been about, it's probably been about a good almost 10 years.
Oh wow.
No, less than that. Probably about 8 years. And it's called Casa del Barbero, which is, House of Barbers. That's the name of the school. And then there's 9 barbershops called my mouth is dry. Barberia Capital, which, we co-own, a small percentage.
That's awesome.
And I just love going there.
Expanding.
Man, but they're doing it right, man. Our business partners down there, they are doing it right.
Yeah.
I give them 100% credit.
Right on, man.
They have good style.
That's awesome.
Right on. So do you.
Thanks.
So next time you come through, make sure you suit up, baby.
I will. I know. Like I said, I was working in the warehouse and I got
It's all
dirty.
good.
So.
It's all good.
Yeah,
But I wore the hat.
I know. At least you got the hat.
I love that.
All right, cool.